Hello, my name is Jack Tocco. I am in Mrs. Tombray's 6th hour English class and am going to talk about my presentation on romantic art and romantic poets. This picture right here is called The Chancel and Crossing of Tintern Abbey, Looking Towards the East Window by J.M.W. Turner in 1794. Tintern Abbey was a monastery founded in 1131 and rebuilt in the 13th century. Abandoned in 1536, it was left to decay for 2 centuries. Artist Joseph Mallard William Turner paid 2 visits to this site, and it inspired him to paint this piece, which juxtaposes the smallness of man alongside and wildness of nature, the unstoppable power of which has reclaimed this man-made edifice. The haunting abbey was a popular muse for many romantics. It also inspired William Wordsworth's famous poem, Lines Composed a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey. Now here is another romantic poet who wrote this poem called The Dilemma, and I'm going to read this to you now. It starts off by saying, "Now by the blessed Pamphian queen, who heaves the breast of sweet 16, by every name I cut on bark, before my morning star grew dark. By Hyme's torch, by Cupid's dart, by all that thrills the beating heart, the bright black eye, the melting blue, I cannot choose between the two. I had a vision in my dreams, I saw a row of 20 beams. From every beam a rope was hung, in every rope a lower swung. I asked the who of every eye, that bade each luckless overdie. 10 shadowy lips said heavenly blue, and 10 accused the darker who. I asked the matron, which she deemed with fairest light of beauty beamed. She answered, some though both were fair, give her blue eyes and golden hair. I might have liked her judgment well, but as she spoke she rung the bell, and all her girls, nor small nor few, came marching in, their eyes were blue. I asked the maiden, back she flung the locks that round her forehead hung, and turned her eye, a glorious one, bright as a diamond in the sun, on me, until beneath its rays I felt as if my hair would blaze. She liked all eyes, but eyes of green. She looked at me, what could she mean? Ah, many lids love lurks between, nor heeds the coloring of his screen. And when his random arrows fly, the victim falls, but knows not why. Gaze not upon his shield of jet, the shaft upon the string is set. Look not beneath his azure veil, though every limb were cased in mail. Well, both might make a martyr break, the chain bound him to the stake, and both with but a single ray can melt our very hearts away. And both, when balanced, hardly seem to stir the scales or rock the beam. But that is dearest all the while, that wears for us the sweetest smile." Oliver Wendell Holmes was born in Boston, Massachusetts. He was the son of prominent writer and physician Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr. and abolitionist Emily Lee Jackson. As a young man, Holmes loved literature and supported the abolitionist movement that thrived in Boston society during the 1850s. He graduated from Harvard University in 1861, where he was elected to the Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society and was a brother of Alpha Delta Phi. Holmes, after Harvard, soon went into the war, at the American Civil War. He joined, and that is where he got most of his experience for writing poems and all the literature that he had done. Holmes also also served as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. Noted for his long service, his concise and pithy opinions, and his deference to the decisions of elected legislators. He is one of the most widely cited United States court justices in history. particularly for his clear and present danger majority opinion in 1919 case Schneck versus the United States, and is one of the most influential American common law judges through his outspoken judicial restraint philosophy. What Romanticism has to do with his poem is what was found in the literature early in Romanticism was a sensibility of the emphasis on women and children, and the heroic isolation of the artist or narrator, and respect for a new, wilder, untrampled, and pure nature. So in the poem, Holmes is talking about how he debates, and it shows on the women about how there's always the situation going on between what to do with the people and the women that are in his poem, and the situation or the dilemma that he is going through, and the emphasis on the women in that poem truly shows how his poem relates to the romanticism of what he's talking about. Thank you very much. The where I got my information on Oliver Wendell Holmes was www.brainyquote.com. Thank you very much, Miss Tombre. Hope you like it.